Hello, today we are going to learn about participles. Participles, what are they? In English grammar, participles are nothing but a word which is formed from a verb. Verb is an action word. So, any word formed from a verb is a participle. So, what are the different types of participles in English grammar? You have three types: the present participle, the past participle, and the perfect participle. So, how do you identify them? Present participle always ends with ing. That is, you have a verb which will be followed by ing. Past participles are verbs which have almost five different endings. It could be verb followed by ed, or it can end with d, or n, or en, or t. Next comes the perfect participle. You should know the past participle to write a perfect participle, because perfect participle always begins with the word having. Having followed by the past participle of the verb together forms the perfect participle. So, knowing what is a participle, you should also know where is it used. So, there are three places where you can use these participles. They function as an adjective in a sentence. Sometimes they are used to create a tense form of the verb. Usually, it is continuous tense or as in a perfect tense. And at times, they are used to create the passive voice in a given sentence. So, these are the places where it is used. So, now let's look into the present participle. Form, function, and where it appears. To look into the form, you just have to add ing to the base form of the given verb. Example, the verb read, when you add ing, becomes reading and it becomes the present participle. Next is the functions. It functions as an adjective present participle in a sentence, usually functions as an adjective. Example, look at the dancing girl. Here, the word dancing describes the girl. Girl here is a noun. So, dancing is the adjective. And since you have a verb followed by ing, it is the present participle. So where does it appear? It appears in continuous verb tenses. Example, he is reading a book. Here, is reading is the continuous verb tense. Next, usually students have a confusion between present participle and gerund because the form of a present participle and the form of gerund is the same. Here in present participle we say verb plus ing. Gerund also is verb plus ing. So how do we identify? The verb plus ing, if it does the work of an adjective, then you call it as a present participle. If verb plus ing does the work of a noun, then you call it as a gerund. Example, she is a dancing girl. Here, dancing is verb plus ing. It describes the noun girl. When you have a word which says something more about a noun, you call it as an adjective. So here, dancing is an adjective and therefore dancing is the present participle. Now for a gerund, I give you an example. I enjoy dancing. Here, dancing is once again dance plus ing, verb plus ing, but dancing is a noun, therefore, does the work of a noun, therefore, it is a gerund. Now let's look into the past participle endings. You have a verb, and when you add ed or d, en, n or t, it becomes the past participle form of the verb. Example, talk plus ed, talked is the past participle of talk. Chased is the past participle of chase. Eaten is the past participle of the verb eat. Given is the past participle of the verb give. Burnt is the past participle of the verb burn. Having looked into these endings on the whole, definitely you will have a doubt. When you take a verb, there are regular verbs, irregular verbs. Now, which ending should I apply to which verb? So, let's look into it in detail. Now, you have regular verbs and irregular verbs. To a regular verb, you just need to add ed to make it into a past participle. Whereas for irregular verbs, you just need to add en to the verb or t or d or n to make it into a past participle form of the verb. So, what is a perfect participle? It indicates a completed action. So, all perfect participle sentences will indicate a completed action. What is the structure? The structure is it begins with the word having followed by the past participle form of the given verb. Example, the word having finished. So this is the structure of any sentence with a perfect participle. So let's look into two examples. At first, having delivered the letter, Danny left immediately. This sentence indicates a completed action. It also falls into the given structure of a perfect participle sentence because you have having followed by delivered. Delivered is the past participle form of the verb deliver. Another example, having finished his work, Stevie was ready to play. Now here you have having finished, having followed by finished, which is the past participle of the verb finish. So here this sentence also indicates a completed action. Therefore, it is an example of the perfect participle. So now we've come to the fag end of it and the few points to remember. So what are participles? Participles are words formed from verbs. So you have three different participles. At first, present participle. Structure is verb followed by ing, and when you have verb followed by ing, it should function as an adjective. Next is the past participle. You have a verb and you can use any of these five endings, and it should also function as an adjective in a given sentence. Third is the perfect participle. The structure is you begin with having followed by the past participle of the verb. So these are the points to remember. What is a participle? What are the three different types? The endings, and in each place it functions as an adjective. Hope you've understood. Thank you.